Hello, hola, bonjour, hey, y'all, pura vida. My name is Merc. Welcome back to the Narc Alert. Well, today I've got something so exciting and special to present to you. I've been teasing this to you for a long time. Today we're finally going to do an interview with Paul, Dolly, and Eduardo from the Amazon. They're not there right now, but from the trip that we're going on. So I've got a few questions for both of them. I'm going to let you know a little bit about the lodge and the Angels of the Amazon organization. And let me just bring them up to the screen right now. So let me introduce you. This is Paul, Dolly, and Eduardo. Thank you all for taking some time out of your day to be here with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Glad to be here.
So Paul is the founder of, now is it Tahuayo?
Tahuayo. Yes.
Tahuayo. Oh, I said it right. Awesome. Okay, I've been practicing. And Paul, can you tell me a little bit about how this all started?
I was a field biologist working in the Amazon in 1980. Uh, kind of a failed professor before that, but this was something that was amazing to me. It was so beautiful.
Right. Sorry.
In the Amazon forest. So many beautiful plants and birds and butterflies and curious monkeys roaming around. And it was also a great adventure. I found a young man in the village, Wango, who said he would take me out into deep wilderness. So we went out exploring, sleeping at night, just wrapping ourselves with palm leaves like a
Nice.
mummy, like a
Nice.
cocoon, sleeping in the jungle, finding our own fresh water and food and exploring. And I thought to myself, I could make a business out of this. I could meet people camping in the Amazon forest. There was nobody doing that in 1980.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
But I told my idea to colleagues and friends and family. Everybody thought I was just insane.
Right.
But I thought this is something I'd like to do for a year or two, see what it's like. It's such a wonderful adventure. I'd like to share with other people. And after a couple of years, there was an article published in Outside magazine, and then later an article published in National Geographic Traveler, and I had a lot of interest in this unusual business. Well, I proceeded along until I met Dolly in 1991, and she went on some camping trips with me. She was not impressed.
I was going to say, Dolly, how did he get you to do that? Was that an interest of yours already?
She was,
No.
No.
Yes,
she was interested, but she was not impressed by the way I was doing it.
Oh, a little too rustic.
I still remember her saying, taking people out into the wilderness, getting lost, getting hungry, getting thirsty, and telling them, aren't we having a wonderful day? She said, I think tourism in the Amazon could be done more elegantly than that. And so it was her idea to build a lodge. And really, this was Dolly's lodge. She has some family involved in construction, and
Right.
she's from Iquitos, Peru, from the jungle city. And so she built the first lodge, and right now our Tahuayo Lodge is on version number 3. And we also have added a research center lodge.
The Ark.
So the lodges, so I started Amazonia Expeditions, but really it's been Dolly who has started the lodges and and has refined and improved the lodge program and managed the wonderful staff, and has started the nonprofit foundation, Angels of the Amazon. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Dolly to describe what she's
Thank you.
with Amazonia Expeditions.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you, Dolly. We're very interested. I know I've shown them your website and I've shown them your shop online. So people are my community is very interested. We're a community largely of women And so to be empowering women and children, we're very interested and we so admire what you're doing. So I'd love to hear more about how it all got started for you.
I studied business and tourism in Iquitos. That
Right.
was the reason why I was interested in coming and work in tourism. And I found the ad in the newspaper. They were looking for a female guide. I was working in office, so I got hired by Amazon Expedition. That's how I met Paul.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So with time, I get to know more of the business, and we build the lodge that we now manage and control how our operation is run and what we do with food, for example, what quality.
También vamos a preparar cecina, es un plato típico regional de aquí de la selva y tradicionalmente es muy querido y famoso.
Everything. And the staff, we trained them. So everything had to be put together. We started with a more humble lodge, then we remodel, and then we remodel again, as Paul says, third version.
It looks beautiful.
Thank you. Expanding, giving to the needs that we have. We remodel according to the needs. We have solar power. We have fans. We have like the water comes from the river, but it has a system also to be able to get in every room that we have, every cabin. So everything had to be remodeled according to our needs.
I was very excited when I put down my deposit. Now, I've gone through quite a journey to get here myself because I started this 2 years ago. Paul will know I put my deposit down like 100 years ago. And then life got in the way and things happened. But when I put my deposit down, you didn't even have fans. And now you do. So I'm pretty darn happy about that.
And had water, like
Right.
great weather that we have. However, the comforts is once you get to the lodge, because during the times that you are in the outdoors and doing your activity and you're sweating and getting all bug spray, whatever, coming home and getting clean and having a really nice meal that is going to give you a nice rest, a start for a new fresh day, that is priceless. I think it's priceless because now you can really enjoy it. So with time, when we started in this location of the Tahuayo Lodge, I started getting to know more and more my neighbors. Coming from another location that we used to have Paul's camping site, it was called the Yarapa. We moved from there to this other location because it was much better for what we wanted to achieve, giving our programs to the tourists. I start to know the women more close, and they start coming to me for help.
Right.
I always done it. My passion was always to be helpful and compassionate to my neighbors. So with time, I got to know their problems, got involved, and we did some work about domestic abuse that was going on. And I would tell them, why are you leaving? Why are you not? Financial freedom was not available for them. So that created the idea of creating the Women of Manos Amazonicas. And of course, working with Manos Amazonicas, I learned about the issues of more up close. I always knew that existed the difficulty of education, especially for girls, no high schools. And so healthcare, the parents would tell me about it. Oh, they would come to the lodge and look for help. I had medicine, but I always used to tell them I'm not a doctor, so I can't really do any treatment. So with time, we got involved with these two more initiatives. And once our nonprofit that I founded in 2006, 2007 was incorporated, we call it Angels of the Amazon. Because people wanted to help, and I couldn't take the help, financial help, because I wasn't a nonprofit. And
I have checked, and I can make a charity stream on YouTube with you because you are a registered charity. So I was very happy because sometimes they're not in there, but you're in there. I already checked.
Thank you. And so people wanted to help, and they were looking at how much help was providing. As a small organization, I consider ourselves, but it's a big impact given that their government doesn't land and the communities that we are very close by because they're far, and if they do, it's a minimum for assistance. For education was only elementary. We didn't
Right.
have high school, so the girls had to leave the homes, or the young students have to go to the city. But many times coming back with failure, either being pregnant or
It's too, yeah,
not
it's
finding, too young
too,
and
too hard
disabled.
to transition too, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, from the jungle to the city with no
Sure.
family. Then, of course, we started with the lobbying for getting the government to give us the certification for high school, sending the teachers. So we are partners. And now
Right.
we have a school, high school, and we are finishing our third classroom for elementary school as well, because the school floods.
I'm excited to see it. So
The school that the government built years ago in that community floods part of the year. So we are building it in another location in a higher ground.
right.
Then
Right.
that brings us to the healthcare. So we started having a connection and partnership with the worker from the Ministry of Health in Peru, which he had
Oh,
one
good.
room the size of a bathroom that he used to take care of his patients. And the patients were coming and coming, not finding medicine enough that he could use, or tools that he could use, or patients coming with any maybe a viral or an infection that the whole family that was hosting them would get it. So
Right.
that prompted us to build a hut, like a small hut, thatch roof and third floor. From that, we started creating more and more awareness and this initiative, and people wanted to help, and we did activities to create our first phase, which was more concrete floors and a nice roof and couple
Right.
rooms with some more medicine for pharmacy.
Wow.
COVID came in 2020. This was just the right time to do it, and now we rebuild the whole thing with much more, I would say, comfort for the workers who are professional workers there, and
Right.
also for the patients. Um, we were giving in 2021 the name of elevated to the next level, which is Hospital One, and the whole
Oh,
area. They started as a clinic when I started working with them with 7 villages coming to attend. Then we expanded to 13, then
wow.
to 17, and right now there's 20 communities. Some that are from our jurisdiction, and the other ones are coming from different areas which are farther in the Amazon, because they find the facility to be helpful. We have pharmacy, we have a lab, of course,
Wow.
triage. We do a specialty in children and women issues. We have the vaccines. We have observation and emergency care 24 hours. We have deliveries for pregnant women. We
Right.
have overnight patients, 2 rooms for 6 patients overnight. Has water,
Wow.
has
So
power,
so
bathroom.
your impact has been immeasurable in that area, clearly.
Yes, and that sense of the healthcare, it's so important. Everybody needs it. And we also have in the same property, we have in the very back housing for our nurses that come from the city. They live there, they stay there.
Right. Right.
And so this kind of created a more prosperous type of healthcare for the communities that come in there. So they find the medicine and find the
So
professionals.
the communities don't still rely on ancient medicines and shaman and stuff. Like I
They
was just reading when Paul got attacked by a bunch of bees,
do.
and my first thought was, well, dude, you got a shaman on board. I'm sure he's can find something to help you,
We
right?
do, we do have what is called the herbalists, the natural remedies, the
Right.
shamans and everything. But these days, they also know that if that doesn't help, they have to. For example, when I was there just last week, a little girl came. She was working in the garden. She decided to have to peel a coconut shell that is hard, and she was, I think, either 6 or 5. I guess she has done it before. The mother was comfortable with her with a small machete, and she grabbed.
Oh.
She missed her fingers. She
Ah.
cut it to the bone. She
Oh.
came to the hospital as we were there with 2 doctors doing a clinic, and they stitched her. They
Perfect.
took
Yeah.
care of her. It was like the little finger was hanging. I couldn't stand and watch, so I had to leave to another location because it was just too much, and she screamed and cried and everything. So these kind of things,
It's better, right?
they don't
Like
have.
a nice combination though, right? Like a little bit of both. That's beautiful,
That's the
right?
best world, and so that's
Yeah.
what they do. They do what it helps to do it
Yeah.
at home, and sometimes also it's not witchcraft. If it's witchcraft, if they treat it always as a witchcraft and they don't
Sure.
get well,
Right.
then they know, okay, they gotta go to the hospital. But in
Right.
most
Yeah.
cases, parents do first, or adults do take care of natural remedies are the big thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean that sounds. And Eduardo, what's your part? What do you do?
Yeah, so I work with Paul and Dolly here. I've been working
Mhm.
with them like 8 years now. Here we have an office in Tampa, Florida.
Oh,
It's
so you're in you work in Florida.
yeah, our reservations office for the U.S. We
Right.
also have an office in Iquitos, but here is kind of like our main kind of sales office and marketing. Um,
Right.
so
I
I
know
help.
I've gotten emails from you, but I wasn't sure
Yeah,
what your
we've
what your
emailed quite a bit
Was
over.
nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
nice
communicate.
to see
I
the people
over
that I've emailed.
I over yeah, it's well I over communicate.
No, it's better. I get worried when people under communicate.
Yeah, no, I do too.
It
It's
gets
you know.
more nervous. But yeah, I started out, helping Paul here in the office,
Right?
and over time, I got more and more involved. Helping Dolly too with a lot of things for angels.
Right, for
And,
administrative stuff.
so
So
besides that, I
do you
do
go to
also,
Peru?
yeah, I also go down to Peru. At least once or twice a year. I have family in Peru,
Right,
but
I was
not in
gonna
the
say
jungle, in another part of Peru.
right.
But I also go down to help work with the staff at the lodge, maybe to do photos and things for our website, whatever
Right.
needs to be done.
There you go.
And
Thanks, Paul.
also now I've been leading some of our other trips that we do. Besides the Amazon, we also have other international
I've
trips.
trust me, I've looked at those too.
Okay, yeah. So we have trips to the Galapagos, to
She's getting
Africa.
ready.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
well,
ready.
it's it's been a bad couple months, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
ra-
yeah.
traveling's more important than things.
Well,
So
hopefully your subscribers can get you some views here to get
yeah. Well,
more travel money.
they've raised a lot of money for me to go. I mean,
Great. Oh, great.
and
Excellent.
we've raised the money. I'll make the payment in the next couple days for the breakfast for the kids
Oh,
at the
yes.
Angels.
Mhm.
Paige and I are so excited to look forward to doing that.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
And I wanted to say one thing, Paul, that certainly, because I booked this trip so long ago, I thought I was going on my own. And as somebody who travels solo most of the time, I so appreciated no single supplement at your lodge. I
Oh,
can't,
yeah.
like, my two things are I need the most animals. And then that was like, I mean, I would have paid a single supplement but then you had both. So I was like, oh my God, I love that. It's so nice. It never makes sense to me, It's like, why should I pay an extra $800 because I'm not,
Punishment.
Exactly.
So
Punishment.
Mark, our whole approach is with individual attention.
And the private guide, I mean, that blows my mind. I'm so excited.
Individual attention, people come to the forest with such unique interests,
Right.
birding, interest in different flowering plants or medicinal
Monkeys.
plants, nature photography,
Monkeys.
adventure, frogs, whatever. So we like to make sure that we can respond to each individual's interest.
Right.
And so charging any kind of extra penalty to a single traveler never made sense to us.
Right. And I as a single traveler, I appreciate that so much.
And I want to say just a couple words though about my coworkers. Who
Yes,
are
please.
very modest people. And Dolly's a very humble person, but in recognition of her contributions to the people of the Amazon, to the people of Peru, she received a medal, presidential medal,
Wow.
in 2019, December 2019, from Peruvian President Martin Vizcarra,
Congratulations. Well deserved.
called the Antonio Brack Egg Award, given to the individual or business which best exemplifies humanitarian contribution to the people of Peru.
Amazing.
And so much of the really important work of Amazonia in terms of the business side. Um, Edward has taken over from me with all my confidence because he really gets the fact that this business is not about profit. This business is about its mission of environmental conservation, great service to tourists, ethical treatment of its staff, and attention to the humanitarian needs of the indigenous communities, which are our neighbors. That's what the business is all about. Edward really gets that on a very personal and emotional level.
Right.
And so he's been a really good fit for the business.
Perfect. Well, I have another question for you. Just on a personal level, I have this weird, like, I've never been, so I don't know why I have this feeling. I feel like I would rather go in the rainy season. Can you tell me the difference between wet and dry season? I think I might experience more animals in the dry season.
Depends.
Maybe.
First of all, Dolores, unfortunately, she does have
You gotta go.
So
Thank you for your time, Dolly. And I'm gonna make sure I'll send you the link when we stream, and hopefully
Yes.
we'll raise some money. I know one of my people already sent about $100 through your website a couple of days ago. So.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate, and
No
I'm
problem.
looking forward to continue our conversation at any level you have time, or whenever you need me.
We appreciate your time, and I look forward to filming everything and doing you a great deal of respect when I get there.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good luck at the doctors.
So, Mark,
all right.
So,
So
the
the difference between a dry season and a rainy season.
okay,
excursion.
so our wettest time of the year comes just after the Andean summer,
Right.
when glaciers in the Cordillera Blanca of Peru have melted, and the water comes down and floods some of the lower ecosystems of this western Amazon basin. And with all that water, of course, there's evaporation, condensation, there's more rain. That peak is in April of water and the rain. And we do see more wildlife activity during the wet season than the dry season. Now, the reason for that is this. As the water level comes up in the rivers and lakes, it exposes more vegetable matter and insects and arthropods for fish.
Right.
And that's kind of in the near the bottom of the food chain.
Right.
And so with all that food, the fish begin to reproduce, and that's more food, more resources of food for other animals. So other animals are more active, and they begin their courtship and reproduction and raising of young. So overall, there is more activity in the jungle in April, and May is really, I think, one of the most active months where you really see a lot of activity with the wildlife.
So next time come in May, but carry on.
Coming in the dry season in August, there could be anywhere, the level of the rivers could be anywhere from about 30 to 50 feet lower than the wet season.
That's insane.
So if you come back in the wet season, your first impression will be, no, I'm in a different place. I haven't come back to the same place. This is a completely different place.
Well, I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube, probably every video that anybody has ever produced from your lodge. So I've seen some in the dry season and some in the rainy season. So just
it's very different.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
The lodge is on a little bit of a hill. And so in the dry season, you have to walk up the hill to get to it. And then in the wet season, the lodge is also up on 12-foot high stilts. There's no hill. It's all
Right. I know. I've seen
Wow.
that, and I'm like, damn, I want to go then.
Yeah. Yeah, the rainy season is great, but it also depends on what your interests are. So, for people that, maybe they like to hike more or they like to
Right.
do that type of thing, you can't go in the rainy season because there's not many places to hike.
Of course, yeah. I
Um,
mean, I'm interested in all of it. I was interested in those damn pink dolphins, but I also know they're long gone probably by the time I get there. So my
yeah,
expectation is set for
the
that.
pink dolphins won't be too many in the Tahuayo, but,
Right.
coming back and forth from the lodge, you might have a chance to see them in the main river, in the
I'm
Amazon.
more. I'm really more about the monkeys anyway. Gringos love monkeys, right?
Oh yeah. So that could be any time. I mean, it's so unpredictable too. We
Right.
say these things that, maybe this is better or this is but then sometimes people come and you see something that, oh, you wouldn't expect to see at this time of year.
I can't imagine being disappointed at any time being there.
Yeah, you just have
I
to
mean,
go with open eyes, open mind, and you will find everything.
yeah, I'm very excited. Like I said, I'm not quite done the book yet, but I'm getting there. And I got all my things that I need on your checklist. I've read that
Okay,
damn
good.
thing 100 times. I'm very prepared. Very
Great.
prepared.
That's
I have
great.
backup headlamps.
Oh,
I got binoculars. I got a drone. I got it all. We're ready to go. Yeah.
great.
So I'm very excited. I can't wait. I won't take up any more of your time. I do want to thank you so much. You guys has been fantastic. It just makes me more excited. Now I'm going to count down the days even harder. And hopefully we can get some more visitors to the lodge and some more donations to Angels of the Amazon.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you, Eduardo and Paul, of course. Paul, are you going to be there when I'm there? I think you said you
No.
weren't.
No, but
Maybe Dolly?
if you're coming back the next time, let's make sure we plan that.
Absolutely. And make sure we need a guide that's a little bit unhinged.
Okay. Who's
Paige and I are really a little boisterous and silly, so we
okay.
find us a guide that we won't drive him crazy.
We'll do our best. Yeah.
We don't want to drive the guide crazy.
Who do we want to punish?
Yeah. If there's anybody who's in trouble, let us send them to us. Thank you, guys. I'm going to let you go. I want to thank you again for your time, and I can't wait to see you in August.
Great. Thank you.
you.
Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye, guys.